What's up, guys? It's WMMA here with a full event breakdown of hold up, card of the summer, hold up, card of the year, hold up, card of the century. Dude, this card was so good. Can we get into the main event? No, we cannot because the bitch had a seizure. Yes. So, Aaron Blanchfield versus Macy Barber was supposed to take place. And I'm watching all the pre-fight build-up. Oh, I'm going to send her back to Timbuktu with the power I carry. Oh, watch out. I'll put her on the ground in 48-47 Some crazy pre-fight talk, right? And they cut to what's supposed to be the walkout. But what they really cut to is all three of the commentators. They look in fear for their life. They look as if the apex is about to turn on them like a zombie apocalypse, right? And they're like, well, we're not sure where Macy Barber is. She's supposed to be walking out now, but, well, she isn't. So we'll be right back after this short commercial break. And then they just cut. And the second they said that, it didn't click in my head right away, but that just means Barber's not going to fight. The second we're going to go to commercial break, what, is she stuck in the bathroom and someone tipped a wardrobe in front of it? What Looney Tunes shit has to be happening where she can't walk out now, but in 5 seconds? 5 seconds. Like if she was throwing up, no, they would just call it. If she had diarrhea, maybe is the one thing, but still. That's disgusting. I don't even know what I'm talking about that. But they cut back. Yeah, fight's canceled. We don't know, though. Medical mystery. No, and the DC's look, and I don't know. What? And he's looking at the crowd. What happened? He's so shocked. And they cut to, I think we have an interview with Anne Blanchfield. She had a seizure. Is it? Well, here's the thing you got. And it just instantly drops it. Well, not so much of a medical mystery. And scary. And hopefully Macy Barber recovers well from her seizure. But again, maybe don't get 2 boob implants. As if someone was going to get one. Don't get boob implants. And then come in, sign a contract. You're going to be 135. It says right on the paper, be 135 pounds by May 31st. Well, there, maybe. Comes in, and of course, there's some clear medical problems where she's not making weight. Well, if something's coming up where you're not making weight, alert the UFC. Hey, can we make it a catch weight? Can this happen? Can that happen? And you see Aaron Blanchfield, they ask her, you're looking to reschedule the fight? Nope. Instantly, corner said, completely unprofessional, this, that. And I'm sure she's not saying unprofessional because she had a seizure. That's dumb, right? There's got to be others. And the way Macy Barber's talking to, this is just another win on my record. There's another stepping stone. Shit like that. It's like, hey, you were given a chance up in the rankings. Show some. There's so much to hate about Macy Barber. The amount I'm going to be the youngest champ in the UFC, and then it gets steamrolled by Roxanne Modafferi. So nothing more satisfying, truly. But yeah, and Blanchfield looking for someone else in the division. Hopefully Alexa Grasso. Hopefully she can pick up Alexa Grasso and stomp her on her head. But moving on to the main event, the real fight on the card. Oh, the stats show this time. I tried to make this video earlier. My microphone wasn't working, and it showed they had 7 significant strikes. Amazing app from the UFC. But we'll go round by round on this one. This one did make it to decision. But round 1 starts. Mateus Gamrot, Ludovic Klein respecting each other a lot on the feet. Gamrot's pushing up. Seemingly feints a takedown, pushes in a bit, and gets caught with a short left hook. It looked like it rocked him. The commentators go, oh my God, like this big shock moment. They'll do that, and then someone will get head kicked, and then Diesel will be there. You guys have pumpkin pie? And they'll just ignore it half the time. But we got Laura Sanko screaming off a short hook that may or may not have landed. Didn't get to see a replay. Was busy watching ads. Good thing we were playing ads in the main event. But another short shot like that happens again. Gamrot shoots another takedown. Ludovic Klein feints a teep knee just to kind of like keep him off. Teep/knee, by the way. Those weren't one thing together. And then Gamrot pushes up. Goes for a takedown, gets Ludovic Klein against the fence, and instead of just being ultra focused on landing this double or single, I can't remember what it was, he steps around to his left side, isolates one leg, hooks onto it, controls the waist from isolating that leg, and then works into the back take, but not a complete dominant holding the back laid out on the ground. It was a standing back take. Not like jumping on his back either, just controlling the waist, kind of, not back take then, but controlling the waist. They get back up, and Mateus Gamrot, here's the thing. So many people are calling him boring. I feel so bad for him. He's not that boring. Dude, if Mateus Gamrot wins the belt, Oh my God, man. You were hating? I was never hating him. Oh, I thought he was so cool using his cardio, his wrestling. He's so entertaining, man. Dude, the same thing that happened with Merab would happen to Mateus Gamrot. Over and over and over again. To any cardio heavy, nice grappler, the same shit would happen over and over and over again. He's not a boring fighter. He is an entertaining fighter who does interesting things with very boring moments in between them. There is a difference, okay? There is a difference. Merab shows that difference too. Well, and not as much recently, more originally. There were some big stinking moments of boringness in between, but most of the time it's a higher pace. Cool little crafty shit he shows you in between. Like, if you watched round 1, although not much damage was inflicted, I still say that was quite a bit. There was some entertaining, crafty little things Gamrot was doing. Like, when Ludovic Klein was posting and trying to stay in control of the moment, instantly, Gamrot wouldn't give him time to think, sweep his ankle out, sweep his hand out from under him. There was a point where he swept his hand and Ludovic Klein fell straight in his forehead. It was just very cool, very crafty. Mateus Gamrot stood on top of Ludovic Klein's calf and just stood on it, balanced on it, went back down on the ground, stood on it again, balanced on it. It was like doing cool little weird things in between. A lot of knees to the kidney. And now, oh, dude, knees to the leg, they do nothing, knees to the back. Dude, let me knee you in the kidney 20 times and see what happens. And now, I know that is complete cope from... If you're a fan of a boring fighter, that's the cope. That's... Dude, if he did that to you, you would be complete... Now, you would be in pain. If Adesanya kicked you in the leg 3 times around, now you wouldn't be able to walk. And it's like, yeah, but I have chicken bone legs and I barely walk 2 steps a day. There's a difference, right? But Gamrot was just in complete control round 1. More of the same in round 2. I won't stick on this fight. Actually, no, I kind of have to. This is the main event. But more of the same in round 2. A lot of pitter-pat shots. You look at significant strikes tell the story more than total strikes this round. Total strikes were near dead even because there was just, let me tap you in the head a little bit. And then once in a while, Mateus Gamrot would posh up, land a good elbow, a little hammer fist, big thing. And for the first 3 minutes, and by the way, the takedown was instant this round. The first 3.5 minutes were just Gamrot controlling and big significant strike once in a while here or there. Ludovic Klein then gets up at the end of this round, outstrikes him a bit. Not anything significant, more little pitter-pat shots, but whatever. Round 3 happens. Ludovic Klein spends the first 3.5 minutes standing, outstriking Mateus Gamrot, and then you look at the stats, and you go, outstriking? Not by a lot. Just doing more. What Gamrot did really well to compensate for the outstriking of Ludovic Klein. There's a lot of strikes, by the way, from Ludovic Klein were getting close, like the head kick. There were some that were grazing through, nothing too clean, but there were some that were so close. Some nice big body kicks from Ludovic Klein. But what was working for Gamrot was when he would get outstruck with a combo here and there, he wouldn't willingly accept the combo, reset. He would work his way back into that exchange where, sure, I got hit with the 2-piece and then a grazing shot on the guard. Okay, I'm going to work with a slight little tight hook and a blitzing little jab. Some shit like that, where you're just like, okay, the combo's almost even, just off what I did to work my way back into it. And he left it even. And after those first 3.5 minutes where Ludovic Klein's out grazing him by, I think, clearly, but not too much, then Gamrot just takes him down, gets on top, and just breaks him. Ludovic Klein had nothing left. It was shot after shot. Nice elbow here, nice elbow here. And when I was saying he was landing big, significant strikes in between round 2, you watch the last minute exchange of this fight. Mateus Gamrot was just beating the piss out of him. Working his way to crucifix, nice couple elbows. Ludovic Klein broke out. Okay, now Gamrot gets his back, little rabbit punch after. It was what Merab does to people. The last, but even worse. Like, the way it was just smothering. Nothing crazy big, but just smothering shot after shot after shot. A lot of work at the end of this round from Mateus Gamrot. Good stamp. He's not boring. He shouldn't have to fight this far down in the rankings, but he's sick like that. He a gamer. He cool. He putting on. He's saving this card. And he calls out Paddy Pimblett. I can't remember what he called, like an idiot from the Europe, which is pretty fun line. Pretty cool call out, but you're not getting that fight, little bro. Paddy's probably fighting Gaethje, a free fight to a title shot. And then we also have, he called out Benoit. And it's like, why do you like punishing yourself, dude? Benoit just beat an unranked guy. Deserves nothing more than that bottom 15. But sure, if you want to lend yourself down in the rankings again, be my guest. But call Armin. I heard Guru say on the stream, Armin is such a smart call because no one wants to fight Armin. Armin's getting this shit on the stick. He's going to have to fight down in the rankings because he's number 1 and he's not getting the title shot. Gamrot is getting fucked over. Who does he have a really controversial win over that needs to be settled? That he deserves a step up anyways. No one wants to give either of these guys a title shot. So let them fight each other. Ruin it out. Have one of their careers be ruined. Not ruined, but have one clear win, right? Fuck it, right? Have that fight. I think it's a fun fight too. Like, have it 5 rounds. Not in the Apex this time. Fucking you do UFC Armenia. Maybe they might be getting shit on. I don't know what's going on with their country. Maybe UFC Poland, dude. Jan Blachowicz co-main event. Mateusz Gamrot won the first fight. Why not? That'd be a fun fight. But moving on. Billy Regov versus Ramiz Brahimaj. And I completely counted out Ramiz Brahimaj. He's supposed to fight Oban Elliott originally. I don't know what happened to Oban Elliott, but he wasn't fighting this fight. But yeah, Ramiz, I had a 0% chance of him winning this fight. Billy Regov pushes out there. Gets his back taken almost instantly. And they're yelling at him, post, shake him off your back. Billy Regov gets on his hands and knees to try to shake off Ramiz Brahimaj off his back. I swear, flat as a table, dude. Just lay that. No, there's zero angle to try to get off his back. Dude, he bent over like a Lego piece would. Zero arch to that shit. I don't know if this is getting no homo, but dude, flat as a damn table. Arches that, gets nothing. Ramiz still shakes him off after a little bit. Gets into the clinch. Billy Regov is working his head position really well in this clinch. Right? Getting control. Time for me to shoot my big double. Ramiz threatens a guillotine. Okay, we know his threat is a guillotine. We know that's his main line of defense. We fight for this double leg. We work him way down, but this guillotine threatens a reversal. We get into a scramble, get into the same position to clinch. Nothing happens. We go through a full reversal on the ground, though. Okay, we're back in the same position on the clinch. Nothing much has happened, though. Okay, let me stick my head right back into a guillotine. Woo! 20,000 IQ play. Puts himself in a ninja choke, tries spinning out of it. Doesn't work. The guillotine finish. Taps on the wrong side. Falls. A fucking big old dramatic. Woof. Big old fallback. Out cold. Brutal submission. Where it's like brutal where he's not waking up right away. And they show us the chest cam on the ref. Where it's like, he's not moving. I don't know why we need to see that long. That was a little scary, but you got to see the chest cam from the ref. Good for him from Ramiz Brahimaj. He was saying his first fight, he had a brain problem. Second fight, he had like an inner ear problem. Of like, I don't know what, like the balance part of his inner ear, like the cochlea. Can I name more parts? The tympani. No, that's tympia. I'm embarrassing myself, but some of the inner ear probably, and then a neck injury. After that, just unfortunate circumstance. I still thought he was shit. It's like, damn, you're losing to Court Migi like that. Kind of embarrassing. Then, damn, sets back the clock. Rewrites how his career has looked in the UFC. Sets out Sean Shelby for giving him other chances, extra chances in the UFC after losing that much. And honestly, I'm kind of buying into the hype right now. That was very impressive to Billy Regov, a guy who was being hyped up to the point where he's a minus 400 favorite. And it made it look like Ramiz was the minus 400 favorite. We just ran through him. But yeah, really solid win. Moving on. Dustin Jacoby. And the thing with that fight and this fight, there's not much to talk about because it was just walked through finish. So Dustin Jacoby, I think I've solved his problem. So he has this angel on one shoulder, right? Where it's like, you have a lot of power, glory level kickboxer, strike with them, the hands and feet, whatever you want to use, you're a better striker. Outdo him. You have crazy power, and look, jabs Bruno, hurt instantly. And this is where the catch comes in. The devil on his shoulder. Clinch, clinch, clinch. It's just one word. Clinch. You have him hurt, clinch. That's all it's being told to do, the devil. So he runs in, hurts, it clinches. In his corners. Break from the clinch. Why are you in the clinch? Stop clinching with him. You have him hurt. Okay. Breaks it. Boom. Uppercut. Boom. Hurts him bad. Clinches again. Nice serenading love. Back rubs. Clinching him up. Break from the clinch. For the love of fucking God. So he breaks from the clinch. And then boom, 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 boom. Like 10 punch combo. Knocks him out cold. Well, dar. Who would have thought? If I broke from the clinch when a guy's rocked and almost out cold in front of me, I could knock him out. But he figured it out, knocks him out cold. Really good win from Dustin Jacoby. I'm glad to see the career pathway for him has really been set right on that straight line again. He did. This was his career path. Oh, nice knockout winner prospect. Nice solid win. Khalil Roundtree, horrible split decision. Brutal knockout loss. Knockout loss to freaking what's his name, Reyes, horrible decision making in the Azamat Mirzakhanov fight, things like that. Now he's back on track. Vitor Bertrino is still sleeping. Bruno Lopez is still sleeping. Good to see. Justin Jacoby, liking his style. Nice personality. Moving on to Caitlin Vieira. Macy Chiasson. I don't have time to talk about this. I do, but I don't have time to waste about this. So round one, Macy Chiasson has this outside fighting move to side, move to the right side, a little lateral movement, leg kick here, jab here. It's more movement than strikes. And Macy Chiasson is moving and moving and moving. And Caitlin Vieira walks up, staying somewhat even with her, and then just blitzes her once. Oh, the rounds. Caitlin Vieira's out striking him now. Since they're evenly going for pitter-pat shots. Oh, another blitz. Caitlin Vieira is clearly dominating the round because she went for 2 bigger blitzes and held her against the fence. Cool, clear round. And may I say, Macy Chiasson's striking style works, but you have to have an insanely good footwork plan. Like, you look at Volk when he first fought Ilya, overly safe and got chinned, yes, but only because he's fighting a guy like Ilya. If he fights down in the ranking, not to the level of a once-in-a-generation talent like Ilya, he's fighting someone less talented. That footwork style works, but it is so risky, because think of this. In boxing, you work your way to the fence, you're against the fence, pull back. There's leeway to those ropes, right? You can move back. When you're against the fence in the UFC, there is no pullback. Your movement is now limited to side, and front, down, right? And then it's the same thing with the when you're against the fence. Oh, I'm a boxer. I can now blitz into a clinch to now get separated and work. And sure, you can only do that so many times, but still, work your way into a clinch, get separated, and now you're not as much against the fence. In the UFC, you're fighting a fucking wrestler, and you get clinched up against the fence. Bye-bye, buddy. Shoo along. See you on the next Apex event, right? And Macy Chiasson's striking style is just of that. And especially in women's MMA, where every second strike results in a clinch happening. God damn, you're fucked. You cannot have that striking style at all. Round 2 happens, though. Caitlin Vieira. So Macy Chiasson runs in like a pit bull, shoots a big old single leg, push on bottom, and just controlled. Round 3. So that game plan didn't work, shooting a takedown instantly. How about let's try it again? Chiasson does the same thing. Gets on bottom again, because of course, I mean, history repeated itself, shockingly. Chiasson tries to rally in the last minute and a half, tries to outstrike her, and I think does a bit, but not much in the realm of damages happening, more just pitter-pat and whatever. On the outside, good one from Caitlin Vieira, I guess. Who cares? I don't, surely. Moving on to Zachary Reese versus Dushko Todorovic. Round 1 of this fight was actually very entertaining. Round 2 and 3 was still, but just not as energetic. Most of their fun shit that was happening was in the scrambles of round 1. Cool takedowns here and there from Dushko, but when Dushko tried to sit down on his guillotine for the first 2 or for 2 minutes of this round, I swear, it was just resulting in scramble after scramble after scramble. It's very entertaining, but such a scramble heavy fight. Sorry, I thought I was looking at this fight in round 1. I meant to look at this round 1. Pretty even, but you could tell the wrestling, the control time, right? Even sub attempts, reversals. Every stat favored Dushko in this round. So pretty clear win from Dushko. Put pretty clear stamp on it. There was not much Zachary Reese could have done after those first 4 minutes to make a clear statement comeback. So just ride out the rest of the round. You've lost it. Round 2 happens, and he just outdoes him with significant strikes. Sure, Dushko's wrestling heavy style is applying to this round 2, but the significant strikes of Zachary Reese is just making it clear that he won round 2. Just outdoing him. Nice body kick here, nice leg kick here, nice shot. Nothing crazy damaging, but just nice rangy long shots using his Muay Thai very well. And round 3, more of the same. Now a lot closer of a round when you look at the total strikes, but then again, focus on the significant strikes. What was more damaging in this round? The bigger shots of Zachary Reese, the nice body shots again, the jabs, straights. All that Muay Thai shebang I was talking about in the round 2. Same shit happened in round 3, buddy, so pay attention. But yeah, all that shit going down. Zachary Reese beating him up. I'm more focused on who Zachary is fighting next. Dushko looked decent, but we've pretty clearly seen his skill ceiling. Give him a debuting guy. Not a Zachary Reese, who's, I know, coming off a bad loss, but still quite a bit proven. Zachary Reese should have to fight a psycho Brazilian like Cesar Almeida, or I can't remember the guy who he just fought. Tresean Gore, though. Kept like 20 spinning back fists, or 20 spinning back kicks, 10 flying knees, brutal knockout. Something Tulin, I think. Zachary Reese should fight that guy, though, because it'll be a super fun fight. Moving on. This pissed me off. And I know I'm going to get even more worked up with this fight, miss. Jafel Filo versus Alan Nascimento. Round one, Nascimento, nice body knee, gets a nice trip. Alan Nascimento was looking for big trips, but Jafel Filo gets the better trip, controls him on top, threatening submissions. He did really well with his top position. Not too much damage happening, but it was pretty entertaining. Not crazy entertaining or anything. This fight wasn't, especially round 2 and 3, nothing to write home about, but Jafel Filo controlling him in round 1. Round 2 happens. Literally round 1, but reversed. Actually, no. Jafel Filo gets top position in this round, and then Alan Nascimento just reverses him, controls him for the rest of the round. Same thing in round 3. Jafel Filo gets on top, gets reversed. Now, this round was more one-sided. Oh, sorry. But here's my thing. Here's why I'm not talking about the fight much. Nascimento misses weight by 1.5 pounds. And you look how dead even this fight is, right? How close this fight is on stats. And how close some of these rounds are. And to think, Nascimento missed weight by 1 pound or 0.5 pound, whatever it was. You signed a contract a month ago, dude, to weigh in at 125 pounds. The lowest weight class. So, by percent, you look at, let's say Derek Lewis misses weight by 1 pound. Who gives a fuck? Dude is a fat meatball to begin with, fat meatball to end with, right? 125 pounds, missing weight by 1 pound. That is, so 125 pounds to 126%. What's that percent difference? What, like 0.1, blah, whatever. Okay, now we have 265 to 266. Sure, a decimal of a percent again. But that is, you look at the weight difference. Flyweight is 2 times worse for the weight disparity. And I'm sure it's 20 times worse. Just off the numbers, it's 2 times worse. But the toll on your body, because when you're heavyweight and you're not cutting that, sure, it's a pound of fat and an extra pound of fat. Here, we're going to water supplies depleting from the brain. Shit like that. Weight cuts that are so much harder and so much harder to rehydrate from. And now we're talking about a fight that was so close, where one reversal, one guy having slightly better cardio, one guy having slightly better top control, less muscle fatigue. Shit like that. Where, oh, you need your water to be flowing. Yeah, right? Like, fucking water flowing in your brain, right? Oh my God, your body's ability to transfer energy within itself, right? Shit like that, and it's depleted because my man couldn't cut an extra 0.5 pound. Couldn't let my friend Jafil Fieldho know fucking days in advance. Hey, this weight cut isn't looking the best for me. I don't think I'll be able to make it. No, he misses weight, and oh yeah, gets 10K thrown his way. Oh, whatever, 10K thrown his way. Okay, let's look at this on the other hand now. Jafil Fieldho. Now his confidence is shot. I gotta grapple. That's my one big thing. Oh, next fight, I'm gonna get super desperate to take down. That's all I have, and I barely won in this fight, so I better get it done early. Knee in the head, KO'd out cold. There's a fucking career gone because one guy misses weight, and now there's a butterfly effect of bullshit happening. And I know it's getting a little too off topic from where we started for not a bad decision, but a missed weight. But shit like that changes people's careers. What the fuck are we doing? At least remove a point at the start of a round, maybe a 50% pay cut on 1 pound minimum. Shit like that. Like, let's get extreme with it. Because these people are signing a contract with their initial. I have never signed a contract going, well, maybe this might happen at the due date. Fuck no, I'm doing it. I'm doing what I'm told to be doing. Not even what I'm told to be doing, what I've signed up to do. Right? It pisses me off though. I didn't pick this card and I'm still getting this annoyed at it. But Jordan Levitt, going from pissed off to in my feels bad, I might start crying for this one. But Kurt Hollabaugh, Jordan Levitt, not much happening on the feet. Little pitter pat shot here. Jordan Levitt shoots a takedown, steamrolls him, gets into the sprawl top position. I only say sprawl position because of UFC 5. Gets to the top of the sprawl position, goes for a Darce choke, locks in instantly, chokes Kurt Hollabaugh out cold, and a stunning win, amazing win, runs through him. I thought Kurt Hollabaugh would at least keep it up to a decision, but then they interview Jordan Levitt, and this is sad. And this goes into what I was saying before. They interviewed Jordan Levitt. After coming off 2 losses, man, I didn't know if I had it anymore. Dude, that's heartbreaking here. Because think of who he lost to. Paddy Pimblett, Chase Hooper, who have done nothing but win since then, prove their belonging in the lightweight division, whether Paddy Pimblett being ranked, number 11, number 12, maybe number 9, I can't remember. And then Chase Hooper, who is beating Jim Miller, who's not ranked anymore, but that was a top 15 win back in my days. That was a top 15 win. But no, you know what I mean. Like, he's worked his way up. He's coming. And Jordan Leavitt, on the other end of that deal, I don't know if I was a fighter anymore. I don't know if I had it in me. And think of this. Imagine he fights this fight, loses a bad split decision, career over. Dude, this fight was determining the rest of Jordan Leavitt's fucking future. Think if Jafel Filho, his future was determining on this fight, right? Let's switch their position. Kurt Holobaugh misses weight by a pound. This fight goes to a close decision where Kurt Holobaugh controls the rounds 2 and 3 because Jordan Leavitt gets tired. Some shit like that. I know I'm rewriting history, but go along with me. Imagine that, dude. And now we don't hear another word for fucking Jordan Leavitt for the rest of his life. He becomes and I'm sure he's a smart man. He speaks pretty well. But when I say speaks pretty well, he's gay. I don't know why I said he speaks pretty zesty. Maybe he could dance at a strip club. But no, he is very well spoken. When you see clips of him doing interviews, like, it feels like he has a fucking accountant job on the side. I don't know. Feels like he'd do anything he wanted, kind of smart. But okay, maybe I'm glazing his IQ too much. But Jordan Leavitt, dude, that was so sad. I don't know. That didn't get anyone else emotional? That maybe I'm banking up into Jordan Leavitt. Maybe if like Poirier said that, other people would be upset about it. But I thought that was sad. Jordan Leavitt's a cool guy, and I don't want him retiring or shit. And I don't want a fighter thinking maybe I don't have this anymore. Maybe take this down to something you're good at, right? And go, man, maybe I'm just not good at this anymore. Maybe everyone's passed me up. Maybe I'm fucking washed. It's a hard truth, a hard pill to swallow, and I'm glad he did not have to swallow that pill today, sir. Moving on to Balaji Oki versus Michael Aswell. I was hating on Balaji Oki so much before this fight. Man, I'm talking. Yeah, fuck it. He talks like Yuri right now. Man, vote for gay Jesus. What? That's a YOLO line. But yeah, Balaji Oki. Oh, I was chasing the finish too much before this, man. Oh, the finish. Since I chased the finish, that's why I lost my last fight. Dude, you had one of the most boring fights with Timothy Kwamba. Horrible to watch. Then shoved your head in the guillotine and Chris Duncan. Stop talking and just perform. And may I say, motherfucker performed. This fight was so entertaining. I mean, you look at the significant strikes, 136 to 118. I think round 2, they landed a combined over 100. Close to it. Not it, but like 98, 96. But yeah, round by round, there's not much to say. Balaji Oki was on the back foot in round 1, but still outstruck him. But it felt whoever was on the front foot was dictating this fight. And you could see Balaji Oki, rounds 2 and 3, the game plan switch. He switched to being on the front foot. He switched to controlling this fight. And even though Michael Aswell outstruck him in the third, it's just who was controlling when the exchanges were happening. Balaji Oki controlled when the fight was happening and where the fight was happening, whether it was against the fence, out in the open, when to pick his shots, shit like that. He just was the smarter fighter. Michael Aswell, it felt like the big difference too was Michael Aswell's defense wasn't there as much as Balaji Oki's defense was. And it was, you see how close the strikes are round by round, right? 36-24, 54-42, 46-52. Shit like that, a small change in your defense will go a long way, right? It is just small little tweaks, shit like that. But really good fight. Putting this shit on the prelims and Apex. Let's go, dude. We need more of these barn burners. It wasn't a barn burner, but it was a very technical, nice back and forth. Moving on, round 1. Here, I'll break this one down round by round 2. Round 1. So I wasn't watching this fight, so the breakdown I will have from what I was looking at on TikTok. If you put chickpeas and season them and lightly olive oil them, like paprika and some nice Cajun seasoning, put them in the air fryer, they become like little nice crispy little salty snacks. You know that? I saw it on TikTok. And then I saw like a nice dog, and then round 2 happened, I saw a nice dog, and then I tuned in, and when I started watching the fight, Dos Santos, 0 head movement versus Alice, who's just spamming straights and jabs and nice little, just every time she threw, Dos Santos' head was there to be hit. And throughout all the highlights, that's what it looked like too. And throughout round 1, that's what it looked like too, from the stats, or from the highlights I saw. And she was the underdog. Did that. So let's give her and I thought these girls 135. They are 115, so I don't even know who to give them. But solid win by Alice, showing the odds don't tell the story of the fight. I'm not interested in talking about this fight. I didn't pick this card either. Thank God. I knew I would have picked it all wrong. If I probably would have picked Macy Chasson. Probably would have psyched myself into picking Ludovic Klein. Would have picked Billy Ray Goff. Who else would I have picked? I probably would have picked Jafel Filo or Olibar. I would have gone so negative, but didn't pick it. So every other dumb motherfucker who did pick this card gets screwed over, and I don't. Woohoo! I am so smart for that. But I feel I need to go watch what Janitor MMA did on his channel. If he picked good, I will be shocked if he picked good on this card. But overall, I mean, this card got saved here and there, but this card had 9 fights on it, right? We lost the main event. This card, what is there to write home? 9 fights on a card. Well, who gives a fuck, right? Decent card-ish, but that's been it. That's been the recap. Peace. Thanks for watching. Later.